Nocentini, the Italian rider, led Paris-Nice for such a long time a few years ago. They're all chasing this man here, Vincenzo Nibali of Liege, the winner of the Vuelta 2 years ago. And around the back of the Standard Liège stadium and through this industrial area, being chased at the moment by Joaquim Rodriguez, winner midweek in Flèche Wallonne, and Maxim Oglinski, who's always there or thereabouts in these classics. He's got other men behind, as the Astana rider Robert Kieselowski is the one in your shot there, and Enrico Gasparotto, winner Amstel Gold, and off go the chasers. It looks like Daniel Martin at the front here, followed by Pierre Rolland. Daniel Martin's decided this is the time to go for it, and he has got an explosive kick on him in the climb. He's coming towards the final climb, the Côte de Saint-Nicolas, and Rolland, we said he might have another go, but has he got the explosion? Possibly not. Mind you, neither has Nibali. He's not an explosive climber, and that's why he's taken his chances all a long way out, Sean.
Yes, I think, first of all, if you leave it to the final climb of the day, it's always the big risk that you have some of the bigger favourites with you. You're going to have maybe a Joaquim Rodriguez, who was really explosive, a Philippe Gilbert, and Nibali would be always concerned with that if he had to go to finish with those guys. So, you know, the tactic go a bit further out and try and go it alone, and he's, you know, doing a really good job. 42 seconds at the moment. We can see now, Daniel Martin there, he's starting to, try and get out of this group as well, because they know, and he's being given the orders. Nibali is going further out, and the two chasers, Iglinski and Rodriguez, are also pulling away, and the teammates of those riders in this group, they're not going to do anything. They're just going to sit on and get carried along, and we can see it's totally unorganised.
Let's look at this total disorganisation behind in the back. Jelle van den Dert right at the back, deciding, they're all just sitting in there cruising. Who's going to make the effort? Pierre Rolland has gone up the road with Daniel Martin trying to get across to Joaquim Rodriguez. This is an unfortunate situation for the viewer, and we're on the Côte de Saint-Nicolas for Vincenzo Nibali. This is super steep, as I always say here, and this is the one hill I use as a good example to people if they want to see how steep something is. Look at the curb line and look at where the doorsteps are. The doorsteps, of course, they put them in horizontally. Look at where the building joins the pavement, and you'll see just how steep this hill is. It's a brute, this one, and in the middle it's just horrible. And it swings left, not so much a hairpin, but it's a wide sweeping left-hander and then a right-hander, and then continues to climb again. Joaquim Rodriguez, winner of Flèche Wallonne, behind Maxim Oglinski here from Astana, but Vincenzo Nibali has 40+ seconds at the moment. Daniel Martin's having to do this all himself. Pierre Rolland's playing the useful card for him. He's sitting on the wheel of Dan Martin. He's playing the card that, well, Thomas Voeckler is my team boss, he's my team captain, and he's behind. I'm not going to help you get away, because that's not going to help Thomas, but that does help Pierre Rolland, Sean.
Yes, well, I think Pierre Rolland, he's been out there for a long time, and I think he's suffering, but certainly not contributing anything with Dan Martin. He has to do it alone, and we can see Nibali at the moment, he is also really starting to struggle, and I would be concerned now for Rodriguez. He could really put in a big effort here and possibly close down this gap a lot. As we can see, Philippe Gilbert going to the rear, not a good sign when he starts going to the rear end of this group at this very crucial moment.
And Jelle van den Dert, it looks as if he's gone to the front and started to up the pace with this little group. Iglinski's gone away from Joaquim Rodriguez. He's left most of his energies on the road in a win. He's got to win this year in Flèche Wallonne. He's not going to take this one. Iglinski has gone off after Nibali. Nibali has 45 seconds of a gap at the moment. He's just got to hang on and hang on and hang on till he gets to the top of this hill. There we are, that sweeping left-hander, followed by the right-hander, and Vincenzo Nibali looks to be good at the moment.
Yes, looking really good. The advantage is growing out, and when you see Iglinski leaving Joaquim Rodriguez, it's not a good sign. Rodriguez definitely suffering, and I don't think Iglinski, he's not that going to be that powerful. He's going to have, the energies to pull back our leader on the road.
It's not going to be for the Belgian champion, Philippe Gilbert. The Belgian champion's jersey is not going to break that long miss out from the top of the podium. 71. The last time a Belgian champion won here. Vincenzo Nibali has 46 seconds. The Italians on this hill absolutely love it. This is always where the Italian population of Liège come and watch. In the factory at the bottom of the hill here, there were 40,000 employees, and 20,000 of them were Italians. You're the man, you're the man, you've got it. Well, Director Sportive really loving this. Daniel Martin looks to me good for a podium here.
Yes, looking good at the moment. If he can continue on at this pace, he seems to be, climbing real well. Will Rodriguez be able to cling on here? That is going to be a difficult one, because if Rodriguez goes to the finish with him, then it comes to be a difficult situation for Dan Martin. He's going to have to take it in the sprint, where if he could go on just with Roland on the wheel, well, then he will be possibly in a position to get on the podium.
Question now is, what will Roland do? He's had is he cooked? Has he got anything left in the tank? Nibali is over the top of the Côte de Saint-Nicolas, but it's still a difficult run in. There's a lot of cobbles here. It's twisting and turning. He's got a big enough gap at the moment, though, Sean. He's taking his chances. Nobody really responded on the Faucon, and nobody's been able to respond on the Côte de Saint-Nicolas either. Oh, Iglinski's not so far back. Under 5 kilometres to go here in Liège. Bastogne Liege started in 1892, and an Italian has just gone through the most Italian partisan section of Liège with all its Italian immigrant workers. Vincenzo Nibali has 40-odd seconds over the main chasing group, but Maksim Iglinski is doing a fine job. Will he be able to shut him down in this last 5 kilometres? It's going to be very difficult, Sean, but he's made good progress so far.
Yes, he seems to be making progress. We time gap we're receiving 46 seconds, but I don't think it's all of that at the moment. Iglinski seemed to be the one who's making ground there. The heli shots, he seems to be coming back a bit, as we can see the group coming back together and catching up with Dan Martin and Roland.
Roland pushing along on the front. He's got Jellevander behind him. Behind that is Thomas Faulkner. Dan Martin has been caught with that. Rodriguez is in that group as well. They're racing for third because Vincenzo Nibali is home free at the moment. Well, about 6 years ago, everybody started saying Vincenzo Nibali, this young Italian, is the next up-and-coming thing. And Nibali is trying to force his way to the line, but Iglinski, he's just got that extra wattage in his legs at the moment, and Nibali is being caught little by little by little. Is there enough time for Iglinski to land the biggest win of his career? Remember, Vincenzo Nibali has won a lot of races. Well, so has this man, but he's also won the Volta a España, and he's churning out the biggest gear he possibly can here, Maksim Iglinski. And you could see physically up the road, just disappearing around the corner, it's this man here, Vincenzo Nibali. He's beginning to look as though he's starting to pedal squares just a little bit, Sean.
Yes, he is starting to pedal square. We could see that he was having difficulty here. Nibali, difficulty keeping it turning. Iglinski looks, very powerful, and the time is the answer. We can see 7 seconds. It was giving over 40 seconds there, but when we see the heli shots, you could see that was less than that. It will be interesting now if Iglinski can keep it going, because sometimes you can put in a big effort, but can he keep it going? He has him in his sights, as we can see here, and this final run in, it's a straight up run hill. It's going to be really difficult for Nibali to hold off.
Oh, Vincenzo Nibali, who went away in the Faucon the penultimate climb of the day. He really expended so much energy getting away, and Vincenzo Nibali now is turning the gear that just looks too big for him, because this slight little incline is really beginning to tell. Maxim Maglinski has chopped the lead to virtually nothing. Vincenzo Nibali is going to be caught by Maxim Maglinski. He looks over his shoulder. He just buries himself. The head goes down in between the shoulder blades, and Maglinski's tail feather is up. He knows he's within catching distance, surely, of Vincenzo Nibali. It's a race between these two now. Now, the Italian went up the Côte de San Nicolas through this hugely supportive Italian crowd, looking in total command, but Maxim Maglinski is not just going to catch him, but I think he's going to go straight past him, Sean.
Well, it will be interesting to see. Possibly he will just take a breather here. And Maglinski, of course, in a sprint, I think he's by far the better sprinter. And he's also the stronger one. We can see the way he's coming back to catch with Nibali here.
That's the 1 kilometre to go banner, I think, up ahead. And Maglinski's caught him. Is he going to take a breather? He looks at him. No, he's not. Keep with me if you can. Looks over his shoulder. This will be the gamesmanship now, Sean. He puts the big dig in. Is he going to be able to stay? No, he's gone. Vincenzo Nibali's gone. After all that effort, one turn of the pedals is all it took from Maxim Maglinski. With 1 kilometre to go, that must be absolutely soul-destroying. Oh, the head has gone down. You can almost see all the energy and life drain out of Vincenzo Nibali as Maglinski gets past him, gives him the look and says, I'm off, I can't hang around, I'm going to keep going. This is going to be by far the biggest win of his career. Liege Bastogne Liege, one of the monuments of cycling. Sean, you've won it twice. This is a cap to his career. Brilliant career move.
Yes, well, it's an unbelievable ride by Maglinski, because he was one of the riders you would, talk about as an outsider. But what a final he's having here. The way he just came to Nibali, just took up the front, gave a look over his shoulder to see the expression on Nibali's face, and up the gas a bit and just rode away from him. And Nibali, has just totally run out of power in this final 2 kilometres.
Maglinski has pulled up a huge gap on Vincenzo Nibali. He's not going to lose this one now. He knows he's got it in the bag. The question is, Sean, will Vincenzo Nibali even finish second now?
Well, that is the question. We could see Nibali, he's just fighting to keep it going here, and we haven't seen what's happening behind at the moment, how far this chasing group is off, but it is going to be difficult for Nibali to hold on to get the second place on podium.
They're all within inside the last kilometre, that is for sure. Maglinski now beginning to look as though he's suffering as well. Still riding. He's riding through to a very, very impressive win here. And he'll swing round to the left into the final section of this. Looks over his shoulder. No chance of being caught now. He knows he's got it. All he needs to do is to keep those pedals turning. And a fine win. Maglinski, who's featured in Amstel Gold as a race. He's featured in the Tour of Flanders. He's a very, very experienced classics rider, Sean, but he's never pulled off the big one. He's been on the podium in some of the monuments, but he's never ever taken a win.
No, never taken a win, but today, what a way he took this victory. And riding away from Joachim Rodriguez, that was a surprise on Côte de Redoute as well. I was expecting Rodriguez to be the stronger of the two chasing groups behind Nibali.
Maxim Maglinski takes the 2012 Liege Bastogne Liege race. It's been running as Le Doyen, the oldest and one of the most beautiful of the classics since 1892. Vincenzo Nibali is going